Okay. Volume's a little, let's bring the volume on the mic up a little bit. Hello, everybody. Fiddling with my headphone settings. We're at the pottery desk, and we're at the pottery desk with a, well, it's not a brand new laptop. It's the old laptop, but it's the old laptop purged of all things. The only thing on this laptop is the operating system OS X Sierra, because that's the one that's available before Mojave. High Sierra has disappeared from the world. And just the programs I need to stream and print. So hopefully everything will work. This is back in the day when the operating system still talked to my laptop's graphics card. We're plugged in. We've got all of the streaming settings up where they are high on the other laptop. We've got the camera settings up high. We've got it all looking good and nice. We've reformatted the whole laptop. And we are going to see if it can survive being used exclusively as the machine that streams the pottery desk. So for me, the cameras are in sync. My basic tests showed that. I hope they are for you. Looking at the video in the video, there's a little bit of a delay, but they're in sync. So that seems good. The audio machine is being, the pretzel is being weird. MusicBot is, MusicBot, you're gonna, thank you. But yeah, so far so good. Hello Arcraft, Mitchie UK, Figments Made, Mamad Honeycomb, Unicorn Duke, Get to Know Nature. Did I say Figments Made already? I think I did. I'm just reading everyone in chat now. Sorry, we're starting late. I'm gonna be honest, I woke up at 3 p.m. and was like, oh dear. I've done this to myself. So here we are. I have a cup of Earl Grey tea in a hedgehog. It's too hot to drink. And yeah, that's actually a question. Yes, I can boost my, thank you. This is also, these are fresh settings. Is this, we can go up to here. How's that doing? This is fresh settings. Can you guys hear MusicBot now? It should be coming through. Okay, you can hear me clearly, but MusicBot is not working. Okay, good to know. It is possible. It is possible that the it's possible that with this operating system, the trick I'm using to stream music from the computer to Twitch is not working. It is possible. I'm using a thing called iShowU audio capture, and it's possible that it does not work with this version of the OS. So, also MusicBot just keeps stopping, which is weird. Like it doesn't. It doesn't want to. It's It's being very strange. Just gonna fiddle with settings and chat with you. Ah, hang on. Can you hear music now? Have I fixed it? Have I made it do the thing? What about now? Still crystal clear. Well, that's good. Interesting. Well, I've turned the music all the way up. Just as a, everyone's like, no music, just don't, I'm cool with no music. Okay. I'm solving a technical problem and then we can turn it off. I've turned the volume of the input of the music input stream way up to match my voice. If you can't hear it at this point, yep, okay, just gonna turn it off. I will investigate later, but that almost certainly means that it is an incompatibility with this operating system and the system I'm using to output the music. Thanks for bearing with me, chat, and answering my questions. So, to stream music that's playing, like for example, to stream the music from a game or the sound from a game that's playing, I have to use a special audio capture program, and it's possible that it does not work with OS X Sierra because it's quite an old operating system. Because Mojave kills my graphics card, and the one between the two is no longer available on the internet. So, what can I say? Everything looks like it should be working. I get audio levels on my audio output input capture thing in OBS, but if y'all can't hear it, it ain't working. Be that as it may. My nice mic is working. My cameras are working. I'm streaming live to the internet. It's fine. We did this for like a whole year with no music before I found Pretzelbot. We'll manage somehow. I guess I could just put it. I could turn on the speakers and I could play it out through the speakers of my computer and then play it back. That's just silly though. Let's not. I'm blowing on my tea now to try and sip hot tea. Anyway, this is mostly a test, and I'm gonna do some pottery. Just basically working on pottery. I've already started, and then I don't know, maybe I'll start something new. There's not a whole lot left to do on this piece, but I've been working on it for a while, and if I don't finish it soon, it's gonna get too dry. I've been working on, this is the stuff for the handle. Been working on this little pomegranate. Oops, pomegranate teapot. Got the spout on. I need to tidy the spout a little bit, but the spout is on. The lid is cut. Let's see if I can. Yeah, there are the little holes for the The lid is not a perfect circle. It does only kind of fit one way, but what can you do? Oh dear. Hannah comes, I'm going to wait for you to announce the sale and then buy this before you announce the sale. Yes, Hannah was just like, I don't know, refreshing the shop waiting for me to announce the sale and noticed I was loading things. As I was loading things, she bought a mug. That's how she got the Snick mug. Is there a picture? There is certainly a picture. I don't know where it is. It's nothing on this computer because this computer is essentially new. But it's an excellent snake mug. There were, oh no, I have a snake teapot. All the snake mugs are gone. They have all sold except for one which I gave to my dad for Christmas last year. So, sorry, it's weird with no music now. It's been so long that the silence is being strange. Anyway, I need to do a handle. I've done a bunch of sketches, so I'm kind of thinking of doing that kind of thing with the handle. Bringing the base of the handle down here so that it kind of feels like it could be the stem, because pomegranates hang like that. Could be the stem of that. Just gonna put that over there. Hannah Combs says, yes, I'm Team Rocket, but one person. So yeah, I'm gonna work on the handle. I'm also gonna tidy up here, which I did not do appropriately before we started. Because I was fully undecided about what I was gonna do today. Basically until I got up. Thinking maybe pottery, but then I thought I could just draw something. There was a part of me was like, maybe I'll just play a video game. I don't know. It was fully unsure. And then I thought I wanted to test this laptop setup. I had forgotten that I hadn't yet. It was actually an alarming amount of work to get it back to its original blank state. And now it's giving me annoying notes about going back to Mojave. Could upgrade to Mojave. It says, please don't, I say. Hello, Auntie Shepherd. Yes, I know you need a garum flask. You told me. That is definitely a thrown pot, however. At least the photo that you sent me is. So far, I feel like my cameras are still pretty much in sync and I'm not dropping any frames. Please let me know if anything goes wrong. Chat, we are still testing a system here after all. So if anything freezes, buffers, goes strange, please mention it. It will be very helpful. I will just be here, rolling a nice handle coil. I'm trying to keep it round instead of accidentally squishing it. if I hit save yet. Oh wait, yeah, I don't have to. Excellently, I do not have to save my pottery. Less excellently, there is no undo. This teapot is a pomegranate, Auntie Shepherd. It's, hang on, hangs from a tree like that. This is the flower that grows up. It's a little bit long and exaggerated. Couldn't help it. I was having fun. Yeah, there's anything that was at once for sale is probably somewhere in a photo on my Twitter. I feel like I don't actually want you to be up here getting clay on you as I talk to my knife. I don't. Who the heck is piling on daggers? What, Hanako? Um, oh, there's a poll. I see what's happened. I never think to look. I never think to look at the top of the chat. What? There we go. Excellent. Oh, hey. Auntie Shepherd discovered that they can use the seeds to vote in the mobile app. Excellent. Well, well. Let's see. Down there into about here. Then let's see, stick you on there. Yep, like that. Tidy up my large pile of tools here. Hannah says, oh, my mouse is being weird. There we go. Trying to juggle too many screens on my laptop. Knife closet. Hannah says, so at the moment, I'm just imagining a quail trying to get away with the deed, and the investigator opens the quail's closet and just nothing but knives tumble out en masse. The poll, for people watching this later and don't know what's going on, is a murder poll about what murder weapon the quail used, like Clue. There, Lapis Lagomorph, hello, says every serious quail needs a dedicated knife closet. All right. Let's like that, I think. Attaching handle bits together. Still weird with no music in my headphones. I might have to put some music of my own on. Yes, Hannah comes. Is this something for the pom pot? Yes, this is the handle. Handle. Hang on, we'll use side view. Handle. Bring us back to the middle here. Handle. Measuring and cutting with my tiny knife. Auntie Shepherd speaks truth and says, now we need to know what room the quail used the knife in. Thank you, Lapis Legomorph. I'm glad that it looks beautifully twig-like. That is my plan. It's my goal. I'm gonna try and do some work on it without it on the pot, and without it getting too dry and cracking when I bend it, because that is a thing that happens. But I want to get some detail in there. Looking at my own little sketch. Okay, I am putting on background music for myself. Sorry everyone. I can't deal. Oh wait, I don't know if there's any music on this laptop. I have to agree the license of oh dear. It's empty. Well. Never mind. Did not set that up beforehand. I could just listen to them to Music Bot. That's fair. Just put Music Bot on in the background for just me. Mitch UK says, technical question. Do you know from experience how thick the handle has to be to safely lift a teapot? Yes, but to be honest, ceramic is a very sturdy, if brittle, medium. So the more pertinent question is how sturdy a handle has to feel to make a person feel like it's okay to lift with. Because you can have quite a fine handle in terms of thickness and size that will be perfectly capable of lifting the teapot. but the person doing the lifting will feel like it's not enough, if you see what I mean. A teapot taped like a Pomeranian would be delightful, says Auntie Shepherd. Interestingly, Pretzel does not want to seem to play. Without y'all listening. Where did the ooh. Excellent, excellent quail murder locations. Oh, I've lost track of my brain. What was I doing? Yes, I was looking for the focus panel of the camera. There, there it is. Good. Because I need to hold this closer to the camera. The other thing that, oops. The other thing that I need. Yeah, brightness seems fine. Okay. Good. Focus. The victim reportedly drowned in knives in our quail murder. Apparently. I'm going to do an experiment here. I have stuff sitting everywhere, but I have this piece of coral, and I'm interested to see. Oh, that's actually kind of perfect. Useful thing. Random natural objects. I want to do the shaping because it's hard to do that once it's connected. Don't you know? So I'm going to try and make it a good branch. Travel advisory: quail rooms may or may not be dangerous. Enter with caution. That's one of the potential murder locations. The quail used the quail room to drown their victim in knives. In our quail clue game. Also, Auntie Shepherd has gone mad with the power of voting with the seed points. Ooh, a fig teapot. That has potential. If you are my patron, you have probably seen, is that a little bit out too far? Out a little bit too far. A little bit less of this. If you're a patron, you have probably seen the persimmon teapot that I made. Apparently I just make tiny teapots now. That's my new source of joy. In these dark times, the thing that I do is make very small teapots. I think because I like learning new processes. And it's a different way to hand build. Everyone's comparing their dog sizes in chat. The scale of their dogs. I have to admit, I come down on the side of large dogs. I've always been more comfortable around large dogs than small dogs. I used to be very uncomfortable around dogs, like a little afraid of them. I have gotten over that. Over the years. Oh, let's see. What am I doing with this side? Did I have an idea? I did not. Just go with improvisation. Anyway, chat, the truth is I am a cat person. My pets have always been cats. Cats and I share a personality. I understand them. Get to know nature says tiny teapot sounds like an excellent antidote for the current stress. Yeah, I don't know. There's something nice about extra small things. Good. Now, this is going to kind of wrap under, so let's politely trim it just a bit. Bit more, bit more. There we go. Figment's Made agrees that cat person. Did the pole, oh no, a pole broke? I was not listening. Oh dear. I cannot see the poll. But I can also not really afford to refresh chat. Where? Good. Nope, it fell. But it left a little mark, so I remember where it needs to go. So let's get this on. Then we can make it fancier. The lapis lagomorph is essentially explaining my cat personess as well. They say I can't give a dog the structure it needs, although I ended up with a cat currently who wants a routine and has the judgiest face when I fail to provide it. Okay, let's stick this on. My current cat is an old man who wants routine as well, but the routine he wants is really just a stationary person at all times. He's gonna have some trouble when we can leave our house whenever we want, though, because he's reached a point where if someone's gone, he's genuinely concerned. Auntie Shepherd. Chicken. The routine he wants is chicken. Well, now, yes, Auntie Shepherd got to hear of my pain last night because the day before I had roasted bone in, skin on, full chicken breasts to have for various things over the week. And so my cat had gotten like a full meal of chicken, really. Just all the bits that were too small to bother with. The last shredded bits that were pulled off the bone. All that delicious stuff. He got to eat it. And now he has unreasonable expectations. So last night, I was eating an apple and some toast, and he was like, "Where is my chicken?" Oh, hello, username that, I'm not, going to be able to manage it. Samagi Ibixcus is what I'm going with. I apologize sincerely. For the butchering of your username. Ah, Somo is fine. Good. That's much easier. Thank you. Welcome to chat. Somo is much easier to say. Lepus Megamorph says, I made the mistake of sharing my shrimp with Angus. The subsequent howling every time I ate anything has made me regret my choices. So, I had a cat. She's passed away since. She's my first cat. Got her immediately after I graduated college. As a yay, I don't live in school housing anymore. I can have a pet moment. Um, and then because I went to art school, I moved back in with my parents. And my mom gave my cat shrimp. I don't eat no one in my family eats shrimp, really. I'm allergic to it. My mom was buying shrimp specifically for my cat. Just for my cat. Such a spoiled cat. But also the best cat ever. Sorry, Jack. You're almost the best cat ever. So close. But you've broken too many of my things. Hello, Valkyrie. Welcome, welcome. Your current best cat. Yeah, my best cat is currently Jack. That's fair. He's my only cat. I was gonna get another one when first cat passed away, but but Jack really seems to enjoy being the only cat. He'd never been the only cat. He'd always been the obnoxious little brother. And I think he's really enjoying being the only cat there is. Lapis Lagomorph says my parents bought frozen smelts for our cat Mitzi, and it got to the point where we had to spell fish or say it in another language so she wouldn't lose her mind. Oh, I love that. Like, are we gonna have FISH for dinner? So the CAT doesn't freak out. I love the idea of having to spell fish because your cat's figured it out. Would usually take the lid off at this point, but I don't want it to warp because it's such a specific, like I cut it out of the circle, so it's such a specific fit that I'm just awkwardly holding it in place instead. Oh, Auntie Shepherd says tomorrow the vapor barrier gets done on the yurt floor and the backing board goes in, and then tile, and then cats get to live in the yurt. Yay! I love these little thank you for the emote things because this one is just thanks for the parkour Otenchi 3, and it's such an oddly specific thing. Black Wolf Frost asks what's a yurt? Like as in okay, Black Wolf Frost, do you not know what a yurt is at all? Or what we're talking about with this specific yurt? What information do you seek? I do not wish to bore everyone with an explanation of what sort of building a yurt is, if that was not the actual question. Okay, you don't know what a yurt is. A sort of a tent-like structure, but large. It's a frame, and then it's covered in a sort of fully tarp cover. It's traditional Mongol housing. Uh, it's like a large mobile structure with a frame that you can deconstruct. but they make larger, more permanent ones now. Oh no. So most of my thank you is Hungarian. I've been banned for it for a few minutes a lot of times, like English only, please, and it's automatic, so it's funny. That's weird. I wonder. I hope that mine does not ban you for saying thank you in Hungarian with your automatic thank yous, because I would love to see thank you in Hungarian. Languages are fun. Um, so everyone's sending pictures of yurts now to chat and explanations. So that's what a yurt is, and Auntie Shepherd is moving into one and therefore has been doing insulation and sort of floor ceiling and such to make it a more permanent, more easily heated and cooled structure. So we are celebrating. Ah, yes, I've seen Hungarian before, but I forgot how many umlauts and accents it has. Thank you for posting that in chat, Somo. I wonder how much they had to fork out for yurts.com. Hannah wants to know. Yeah, that's a pretty. They've got the yurts. They've got the yurts covered. Okay, I feel like this is good. Well attached. Also, this is getting quite dry. Am I okay with that getting quite dry? Think I might. I think I might just put this damp cloth here to. Okay with this getting quite dry? Yeah, I'm okay with that getting dry. So far, new purged laptop with cameras set up at high quality. Seems to be doing its job. So that's good. Does anything in D&D live in a yurt? I don't know. Maybe. If it's not covered, is it really a yurt? And Attention 3 says, I'm excited for the continued yurting. Yurting is a good word. Valkyrie says, you know what they say, what's yurts is yurts and what's mine is mine. All right. Let's get some detail on this handle now that it's well attached. Oh, second camera, you're not really helping today, are you? Oh, well. What can you do? Let's try and let's go back to the drawing. We're kind of trying to go off this drawing. There's a lot of other teapots on here, by the way, but we're kind of trying to go off this drawing. Except that I've decided not to do this little nub because I want it to be more of this sort of stem coming up from the bottom. So I'm kind of hiding the base there so that it's coming up around, because pomegranates hang from trees like that. The stem comes up from there. So put some water on you. Second camera is small, not as nice a camera, and at a funny angle today. Somehow this kind of asks, is this kind of clay food safe, or is it going to be an art piece that should be used for decoration? This is food safe. It will fire to cone 6, which will be full nice vitrification, It'll be glazed with food safe glaze. It is meant to make tea in. It's got, let's see if I can get the light angle right to show you. There we go, just barely. You can just barely see. It's got little holes pierced inside so that the tea strains as it pours. So yeah, it's meant to be a working teapot. Hang on, let me grab a couple of, there's some drawing back here. Only the patrons have seen this one, so we'll do a little quick show. I've got a little persimmon one ready for the first firing. And then I've got the one that we made a few weeks ago live. Back here drying. So I've got a whole little series going on at this point of tiny teapots. I'm quite fond of the persimmon. Valkyrie says that persimmon is absurdly good. Thank you. It's they're sort of okay. They're inspired. We're gonna say inspired by, because they're definitely not properly traditionally made, but they're inspired by the small Chinese style, and I'm gonna mispronounce it again, and my Chinese speaking friends will be sad. Yixing, Yixing teapots. Somos is my favorite for my favorite tea. It'd be enough if they don't sell it here in Hungary. Lipton Caribbean. Oh my goodness. Lipton does not exist in Hungary. That's, oh dear. Although yeah, now that Figment's Fate says it, that sounds very unlikely to be in Hungary. And to be fair, that makes, yeah, fair enough. I mean, I live in the land where Lipton comes from, and I don't think I've ever seen Lipton Caribbean tea. Although now I'm gonna try and find it. Now I'm gonna go on a Lipton tea adventure, because now I have to know. I'm drinking Earl Grey today. From a local company, New Me, from a local California company. Let's try and add some texture. Some fully unplanned, make it up as you go branch texture. Because why not? So Moses, if you find it anywhere, please send it to me, where I can buy. Yeah, if I figure it out, I'll let you know. I'll I'll let you know if there's a place on the internet that it can come from. Auntie Shepherd says, but Hungary has Raka sheep. I would kill to be able to have some. I feel like it's going to be much harder to trade sheep for tea. I feel like possibly the for example Amazon US link I might send will not work for sheep. But tell us about Raka sheep. Oh dear, Lapis Lagomorph has already gone on a quest. And says there is legit a website called Last Dodo offering individual Caribbean tea bags and tea labels for sale to collectors. This is not a great sign, Somo. I am a little bit concerned that this means that it is a discontinued tea. It is possible that you cannot get it because no one can get it. Oh no. Doesn't look like it's available on the US Lipton website. Oh dear. I'm sorry, Soma. That, that sucks. Have fun at D&D, Otenchi 3. I'm going to click this link and find out what Raka sheep look like. Oh, they do have very good horns. Just leave that open for later. Oh, losing all my windows. There it is. There's chat. Yes, those are excellent sheep. Well, I'm sorry to have been the deliverer of chat-wide bad news, Soma. If anything, we are perhaps too helpful. Too helpful a chat. We're like, we will find this tea for you. No matter what. We'll find out what happened. If there's two things we'll be reliably interested in, it's tea and sheep. Okay. How are we doing on time? It's 4:30, not bad. It's about time for a break, but let's see if I can finish this handle first. Go through all of the tools. Auntie Shepherd says, yes, I do have a mental index of global sheep breeds. No one is surprised. I added the no one is surprised part. Also, apparently, murder quails ninjas too. Yes, but I mean, that's true. Quail, three things: quail, sheep, and tea. Fair point. But quail is more of a, I don't know, a theme at this point. Starting to get dry and harder to mess with here. Gonna have to learn to work faster. Make stronger choices and stick with them. I tried to work out a small quail teapot, Auntie Shepherd, but the handle was flummoxing me. The handle, how to do the handle, because quail don't really have tails to speak of. They don't, so I did kind of a bird one sketch, but I couldn't really figure out how to do the handle on the quail. I want to move somewhere humid. Although that said, my state is just fully on fire still, so. There's something to be said for places that are humid. It's true. I cannot deny. There is a certain power in rain. Although I did, okay, so for the quail, I did consider um, there's a sort of a traditional swan type teapot, um, where the sort of head and neck is the handle. But that means the tea pours out of the rear, and that's just a little much. Just a little silly, I feel. You know, vomiting tea from the cow teapot is quite silly enough. Thank you. Am I in focus? Or am I drifting? I'm drifting too close to the camera. Let's adjust my focus accordingly. Maybe that's better. Okay, so Valkyrie says, "What if the pot was 2 quails?" Okay, okay, yeah. So then head on one side, head on the other. Some potential there. Sorry about the moving light. I keep ending up at a bad angle for trying to see what I'm doing. Need to see the shadows on the lines. So after I finish this handle, what are we going to do with ourselves? I feel like I could start another teapot. Chet sort of enthusiastically was talking about murder coil, but we already have one with a knife, so I'm not going to do another one with a knife. You're going to have to come up with something new, I'm afraid. Those are the rules that I've arbitrarily invented for my stream that you have to follow. Protuberance. Lapis Lagomorph informs us that the male California quail has a significant tail protuberance. Okay. Twig. We gotta make the other side interesting. That's right. It's a 3D thing. It is always a little bit tiring when I realize I've forgotten that I'm sculpting. I'm like, oh, I've done this view. It looks exactly like I want, and then I realize that there's a whole other side. Oh, I'm gonna have to brace this. This is gonna be interesting. Okay. Good. Problem solved, sort of. Only sort of. Problem solved for now. It's a very awkward angle to hold my hand at, but it works. Instead of a sword thrown, it would be a knife pot. Oh dear, I need to read back. What have you come up with, chat? A knife pot with a sign that says, I promise there's a quail in there. Oh dear. It's the hidden blade quail. Except instead of the blade that's hidden, it's the quail. No murder quail here. Do quails, quails kind of fluff up and hunch down. But mostly a startled or disturbed quail pops directly into the air and flies away. Sword. Oh, hey, next month is Sword Timber. Is that a thing? Is Sword Timber a thing? Apparently it is. Faith Schaefer started it, Valkyrie thinks. Well, I guess we know what we're doing on Monday. I'm not gonna wait, is Monday September? Oh, no, not quite. It's the end of August. We'll do something else on Monday in preparation. Angie Shepard corrects me, quail do crouch if they're trying to hide, and if that does not work, they pop 8 feet into the air and fly away. You know, as you do. Okay. Getting there. Just gonna tidy up this side, which I carved into a little bit more deeply on the other side. And I do want things to match. What to do with this? Let's do this. Good. Good, good. Okay, that feels done-ish. Turn it this way. Mouse Girl says, I'm here for Sword Timber. It will be September. It will be September on Monday. Well, it'll be Tuesday for our craft. For our craft, and they might be scientists if they make it. For our European followers, it will indeed already be September. In fairness. Sword for one, sword for all. The Wikipedia page for types of swords is delightful, says Unicorn Duke. Well, I see we have some some solid support for sword timber going on. Just gonna do a little bit of light burnishing quickly, because as this dries, it will get harder to smooth, and I want it to have that really good smooth connection, like the persimmon. For lack of a friendlier way to put it, I want it to feel like it's some sort of weird natural growth. Oh, we've started a pun war in chat. You've got a point. This punning cuts deep. Honing your wordplay. Gotta keep my edge. Very good. Very good. I can already tell. I can already tell that sword timber is gonna go well. So what will we start with? We've done some swords. We've done ladies with swords. We did Regency. We did a Regency lady with a sword. We could do more Regency ladies with swords. We could do something completely different. We could do bird D&D swords. Go back to the good old standby of bird D&D. Sword. Oh, we could do sword pottery. These puns have me on guard. Oh no. A battle scene, Auntie Shepherd says helpfully. There's some radio swords from various countries in Africa. Auntie Shepherd is working their way to asking me to do dead people with entrails and swords, and I'm just gonna cut to the chase with that and say no. Speaking of growths, oh no, what happened? Lapis Lagomorph says, speaking of growths, I do not advocate cooling durian teapots. Well. Arcraft says at the end of your sword handle is molded in the shape of a small dog. It's a Pomeranian. Oh, you are all so good at puns. You bring such joy to this chat with your sword puns. I'm so proud. Just gonna try and smooth all the places I have while doing this. Nicked it with my fingernails, which is quite a tall order, but I will do my best. Oh, there's another one. That's feeling pretty good for now, I think. I wish I could leave it on screen for y'all, but I think I actually need to cover it because it's getting dry and I do want to do a little bit of touch up later. So unfortunately, I think you're gonna have to deal with. Oh, fancy Regency. Auntie Shepherd says I wasn't even gonna ask about entrails. Mm-hmm. Sure. Sure you weren't. Fencing Regency birds. We haven't bird D&D'd a nice rapier combat thing yet. Okay, it is 4:50, and I'm gonna take a short break to make a little bit more tea because mine's going cold. and I will be back very shortly. I'm gonna find some plastic here. Just cover this up. When I get back, I don't know, we could add some leaves, we could do something different. Now that the handle is on, I'm less worried about the future of the teapot. If I let it get too dry, I can't attach the handle cleanly, you see. So yes, it is time for more tea. I'm going to go make some, and I'll be back shortly. As soon as I find the break time banner, good. I haven't made a quail in a while, but I also haven't glazed a quail in a while. So I have a small army of quail bisque fired on my mantle. I have a backlog of quail, but we could make a quail. I did make a brain. That was new and fun. Remember that? Remember that? We have a votive, our tiny votive human brain. Oh, I forgot I put the banner up already. Hang on, let me see if I can get, yeah, I can get it just on screen below the banner. There we go. Just, nope, whatever that was, don't move it. Move that. Yes, there we go. Now you can see the little brain. Good. The wee tiny brain. I'll be back in a few minutes. I don't know, discuss what we're gonna do next. Then I'll make an executive decision when I get back. Or discuss sword timber, which is apparently a thing we're gonna observe faithfully, because of course we are. And I will see you in a few minutes. I see that it's dangerous to leave you alone. And that that a poll has been made. Technically, the votive brain is an entrail, and we already have one right here. I'm not making another brain because as I was making this brain, I realized how fiddly and obnoxious all the parts of a brain are. So, you know. Just put you back here. Move you out of my way. There. Moving stuff around. All right, clear space. I have regrets about allowing people to vote in polls. Because I see that there's an aggressive Quail versus Potu argument going on. And I feel that it's the use of seeds that are doing it. All right. Second camera. Polls are great. It's dividing the chat. It's fair enough. Quail is really winning though. I mean, in fairness, the Lapis Lacomorph, Honeycomb being my moderator and knowing that I am never going to draw or make entrails for you, is simply doing her job and coming to my defense as an excellent swordswoman. Swords person. A moderator. And Quail has won Auntie Shepherd, contributed 336 channel points. That's right, I'm outing you. I'm outing you as the person who weighted the Quail end of the poll. Hello, they might be scientists. Good morning. Honeycomb was trying to make you create a Pomeranian sword, whatever that is. So, you know, these things happen. All right, Quail. See, chat wants us to go back to the excellent tradition of Quail. Let me find some clay that's not too dry. Do I have some clay that's not too dry? You know what? We'll go back to the horrible clay with sand in it. There's so much of it. And I hate it so much. But something must be done. It must be used. Because there is so much of it. Oh no, they might be saying this had a lion this morning. It has been a week. Sorry, now you're going to have to experience some wedging of clay. The only clay I had properly prepared was the clay that I would just used for the teapot. I don't have much of that left, and I want to use it for a fourth teapot. So, here we are, wobbling the camera. Arcraft is skeptical of clay Potu because he worries it will show up in the mail at some point. I mean, that's a fair concern. I have been known to mail people things they did not ask for or know were coming. Oh, if I'd thought ahead, I would have started a judgmental frog for this stream. Oh well, there's still time. Got about an hour and a half. Okay. Clay's feeling good. Gonna go off camera to smack it around a little bit. Oh no, what if I make a Potu designed to be an optical illusion? Like the creepy doll from the TMBG song about a bird. There's always time for a judgmental frog. Yes, okay. Okay. Why is there like a blue-green? You know what? This clay is weird. I don't know what to do about it. Oh well, it's fine. So, a quail. That's quite a large quail. Let's mitigate that a little bit. Yeah, that's more like it. Might be scientists just having a bird turf war in their yard. More wedging of clay, this time sitting down. My back has been killing me this week. It is better today, however, which is why we're doing pottery. If it still hurt as bad as it had earlier this week, you'd be watching me play Stardew Valley, I'm afraid, is what would have happened. A good day for my Dark Mirror Lewis voice. All right. It's been a while. Let's see if I remember how I do this. If I remember how to shape quail. Ah, Auntie Shepherd. Yep, that's right. Threatening. Well, Arcraft was concerned I was threatening him with a Potu, so I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew that it's equal opportunity threats. Arcraft says, "I'm glad you're feeling better, but I do like Innsmouth Valley." Yeah, I do want to keep doing that. The darkest valley playthrough. That was good fun. And we still hadn't figured out if we were going to romance anyone. We'd only just barely gotten our first chicken. Auntie Shepherd says trolling is how we say I love you. It's affection. It's friendship trolling. It's, you know. Well, I'm glad that everyone was enjoying the darkest valley playthrough of Stardew. I might do that the next time I do. I feel like I want to do a game day. It was good fun. we needed to get some sheep. Some sheep, some goats. Build a wall around the livestock to keep the nighttime horrors out. You know, sort of things you do in the darkest Stardew Valley. Another thing I might start doing, and we'll see, this would be no sooner than next week. I might start trying to stream sort of a Sarah with Tea after dark. And streaming some PS4 stuff. My secret life as a proper gamer. Because I have a sort of a love-hate, no, let's put it in a different way, a hate-love-hate relationship with Bloodborne. I tried playing the Dark Souls games and hated them with a burning passion that I will gladly share with anyone who asks. But I feel like the gameplay in Bloodborne is more my thing, which means I'm more willing to put up with all of the things I hate about it. But it would be really nice if I could play it while like angrily ranting about it to people live. So I might play some Bloodborne. On Twitch stream. It's very aesthetically vivid and horrible and like Lovecraftian terrors. And I'm partway through it. Like I'm not at the very beginning. I've killed a few bosses, so I'm not like tragically bad at it. But just the ways From Software makes games makes me angry. And I want to tell you about it while I die playing it. Oh yes, we do need to stream Canceling Thoreau. When are we canceling Thoreau? When will we do Thoreau? Good. So it sounds like people are in for my Bloodborne complaining. So good to know. I wasn't sure if that was a little bit because we're mostly, I say we're mostly wholesome. We do talk about entrails a lot. We're like farmer wholesome. We're like mostly wholesome here. We do a lot of friendly animals and D&D stuff. Although I did do a zombie and a centipede demon. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I shouldn't have worried that Bloodborne was not exactly the sort of thing that we would be okay with. I see. You see what's happened. Valkyrie says From Software made one of my all-time favorite franchises, Armored Core. Okay, well, fair enough. Let's say recent. How about that? Arcraft, I did not even notice you mistyped Bloodborne. That is, just leave out one letter and my brain's like, I mean, it's that letter's probably there somewhere. It's all the other letters. How are we? I'm. Oh man, I've lost my quail shaping skills, y'all. It's been too long. It's taking so long to form this quail. My skills are getting. This is quite a large quail as well. I don't know what happened there. My skills are getting a bit dull. Oh no, Arcraft. No, I can't just announce. I have to announce it in advance because poor Arcraft from Germany, setting an alarm and very carefully planning ahead to show up to these things. Gotta Got to be mindful of our viewers who are putting extra effort in. It is true. Artcraft, I think it would probably be a Monday or a Friday. It would probably replace a separate streaming time, unless I do a Saturday thing. There's potential for it to be. Bloodborne might be a Saturday thing. We'll see how that pans out. I don't really want to replace. I don't want to replace all of my art streams with video games at the moment. But the canceling throw would probably be on Monday or Friday. I see the sun has broken through the fog and ruined my nice clean lighting. Well, two can play at that game. Aha. Oh, I have to run across the room and turn on the overhead light. Honeycomb says we're going to cancel Thoreau again. There's never enough Thoreau canceling. Add some light. Put my mic back on. Okay. Good. Auntie Shepard says I feel like weekends work best for Europe and so-called Australia because they don't have to be up for work the next morning. But the thing is that that it still has to be announced in advance. Mitchie UK says as someone in Europe, I second that. It's fair. What you don't like being up until 2 in the morning on a work night? I tell you, be self-employed, sleep through your alarm, and sleep till 3 in the afternoon because no one had a meeting for you that day. And you can do all your work in the middle of the night. It's a glorious way to live. Become nocturnal. I highly recommend it. It's very quiet in the middle of the night. Strangely, no, says Mitchie UK. Oh, Australia. Australia is a real place that's real. I feel like at this point I'm just telling the Australia story every stream. Like, it's gotten to that point. The Australia story comes up every stream. And it's not even my story. I was just so taken with it. Arcraft says my work schedule is arcane and unknowable. It does not care for pedestrian concepts such as weekends. Honeycomb says I appreciate the Australia story. It makes newbies feel like they're welcome when they get the inside joke too. It's true. We do have a lot of inside jokes as a chat. That's pretty fun. It implies that we've had a lot of memorable moments, which is nice. So the Australia story is that They Might Be Scientists has a friend who traveled from Australia to the US, and their TSA agent did not believe Australia was a real place and explained that it was a British conspiracy and that they just killed those prisoners that they supposedly transported there. And they told me this story, and I just did not know how to react because Australia is a place you can provably arrive at in an airplane. Like, how do you argue that there is no Australia? It's right there. And that's the Australia story. Mitchie UK is actually staying up until 2 a.m. on a school night. The Monday stream doesn't start until 1 a.m. That's a problem. Yeah, but it starts at 5 p.m. for me, which is nice. Mondays, you see, there's always something to deal with work-wise on Mondays because the weekend's been over and there's something to start or something that's being revised or a schedule to deal with. So I always have some sort of emails and a meeting and things to do on Monday afternoon. So it's relaxing that the stream starts at 5 because then I still, like, if I wrap stuff up at 3:30, 4, I still got a little bit of time to prepare. But Fridays, for some reason, are never important because they're either a deadline, which means I've already finished, or they're a deadline that goes into the weekend and the Monday morning is the deadline, in which case it does not matter if I work today. So they're generally a quiet sort of work day. Ooh, now we're gonna get streaming sheet presentation slides. Because Auntie Shepherd, in fairness, does want to know everything about sheep. That's true. That is the truth. We're getting there. Got a quail shape. What are we doing with this quail, friends? What's the hook? What's the what's the thing that makes this quail individual? Are we just doing a regular old quail? We haven't done a normal quail in a while. Yeah, it's a very fat little quail. It's a nice round, fat little quail. I'm trying hard to make quail that don't fall forward. I've had some issues with front heavy quail. I'm trying to mitigate that some. Trying to be mindful of quail body positioning. Make it a little less front heavy. Tap dancing quail. Oh dear. Now birds with shoes are too weird for me, I'm afraid. Don't know why. Couldn't explain that. But shoes feel weird. Bird feet don't belong in shoes. They're bird feet. Look at all those little toes going in different directions. The legs fold differently. Their toes spread out for balance. They can't wear shoes. Get to know nature, yes, but birds in full armor are normal. This is correct. I didn't say it made sense. I did not say it made sense. I just said it was the way I felt. They might be saying this is fencing quail. So this is pottery, not polymer clay. So we're gonna have to avoid anything that's long and thin, or it will not survive. The number of things that have broken and been repaired include the sword on the owl, the tail on the rat that we made, and a number of fish fins. So, for once, I'm going to try and be kind to myself. Because remember, I have to drive these things back and forth to a kiln. The kiln's not here. Transport is involved. Transport in a land of hills. It's fiddly. Although, in fairness, the tail was broken by my cat. The rat's tail was broken by the cat. Honey Shepherd says, true, none of the bird D&D birds have shoes. Yes, that is correct. Birds do not belong in shoes. That's how it is. Pirate quail. We've got some votes for pirate quail. A bagel and a cup of coffee. A bagel and a cup of coffee is quite good. A cape. Quail of Penzance. Okay. What if a pirate hat and a cup of coffee? Compromise? Although I'm a little bit worried a hat will make him fall forward. As I said, there's a problem with weight distribution in quail with hats. Teeny tiny Potu as a parrot. Good lord. Why can nothing be simple, chat? A pirate quail with a teeny tiny Potu as a parrot. With quail-like tread along the way we steal and then fly up 8 feet and freak out, says the lapis lagomorph. Oh goodness. Now we're just rewriting pirate songs from the Pirates of Penzance. They might be signed says, oh, better far to live and die under the Potu flag I fly than play a sanctimonious part with a quailish head and a quailish heart, for I am the pirate quail. Hurrah, hurrah for the pirate quail. No, I'm not going to sing Pirates of Penzance songs. Largely because I don't know the tune offhand. Because I am not good enough at diction to do patter songs. Oh, I see. They Might Be Scientist has been Gilbert and Sullivaning all morning. I see what's happened here. Right. Well, let's live dangerously. Let's try the hat and see. They Might Be Scientists as I've been making fake musicals for our D&D campaign because my warlock is a theater nerd. Oh, that's adorable and I love it. Oh dear. I did write a pandemic country song to a vague tune that turns out to probably be We'll All Go Together When We Go. But I'm not great at pitch. So, that's a problem. But yeah, Tom Lehrer is a solid choice for a pandemic musical. It's true. We'll all go together, we'll all go together, we'll all go together when we go. Anyway, pirate hat. Pirate hat, I'm gonna have to do the classic tri-corner hat facing forward, I think, for our pirate hat, because that just makes sense. The name of my country song is "I Miss the Lower Half of Your Face." That's the title. I feel that it kind of explains itself from there, really. Oh, good. I made Get to Know Nature to laugh. Excellent. And Loves Megamorph says that could also be a good zombie apocalypse song. It's fair. Yeah. It's different, very different missing of the lower half of your face, but still pertinent. It's true. Still definitely applies. All right. Tri-corner hat. It's like that, right? Good. But smaller. I just sharpened my cookie cutters. What a weird sentence to say. And yet, it is fully true. Maybe since how do you sharpen a cookie cutter? With metal and a little file. You go around. Let me see if I've got. I don't really have anything. We'll just you go around like that, and then you do the same on the inside. Just kind of sharpen that line. Okay, and then the pirates wear their tricorn. Oh, it's too big still. They wear their hats facing forward. Yeah, makes sense. With like a skull on it. Because you usually wear a tricornered hat facing forward that way. Hang on, I gotta even out my hat. But like pirates wear it facing that way. Yeah, yeah. No one's correcting me. So I'm assuming I'm right. Dangerous assumptions are being made. Oh dear. Be right back, going down a Pangeliform rabbit hole. Oh dear. Not your area of expertise, Honeycomb. Just trying to make the folds of my tri-corner hat good here. Let's. Yep. I'll just. Put that right on. There we go. Tri-cornered hat, quail. I don't think you'll find a. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna stop trying to read that word because it's got too many letters, and my brain has decided it doesn't want to play with it. Pangaliformed, anyway. Cottontails don't dig. Yeah, North American cottontails don't dig burrows. They make nests above ground in plants. And they don't live in groups. There's your rabbit fact for today. It's Pangaliformis. Cool. I still don't know what that is. I can't Google it. My hands are covered in clay. But carry on. Now I know how to read it, more or less. Pangaliformis. Good. I will attempt to remember that for at least the rest of the string. After which I will forget. Jackrabbits have longer legs than one might think and look really creepy running across the road in the fog. They might be, scientist says. Yes, chupacabra. What? Aha! I'm having things explained to me now. Auntie Shepherd has informed me that Pangaliformis is a group of birds that hatches from an egg with feathers and open eyes and are walking and eating on their own. Lapis Lagomorph said, I don't know if I'd be more delighted or terrified by a chupacabra. As someone who was once hiking out after dark in Sabino Canyon in Tucson, and the person hiking with me was like, we should turn back. And I'm like, but the stars. And she was like, but the mountain lions. And I was like, we should turn back. So, I feel like more terrified of chupacabra in person. one has to assume if even some of the myths are real and you're being confronted with an actual chupacabra, you have a problem. Then again, perhaps if you've gone out looking for a chupacabra, you are prepared to encounter one, in which case I suspect that much like encountering any other endangered species in the wild, if you are prepared and looking for one, it's probably very exciting. You know, like spotting a rare bird. I mean, it's a chupacabra, so one assumes that it's practically like spotting a thing you thought was extinct. Lapis Langmorph might be persuaded to make friends with one if it helps me with my mole problem. A chupacabra, though, not a mountain lion. I don't think a mountain lion would help you that much with your mole problem anyway, and then you'd have a mountain lion problem, which is, I would say, a larger problem. Function, physically larger, if nothing else. Okay. There's my little brush. Let's make our hat nice. Smooth it out. Then we're going to put a little skull and crossbones in the front of it, obviously. But we're going to let that wait for a minute while we smooth some stuff out and add some detail. Let the hat get a little bit firmer. We don't want to warp its form. Lapis Langmore says, I don't know, Sarah. Mountain lion under my deck probably means fewer moles, and that one cheeky gopher would stay away too, most likely. The squirrels will be undeterred. That's fair. And now Chad is making a chupacabra song because, of course. Okay, let's do the detaily bits here. Oops. That was a bit messy. Tidy it up with Will we, though? Will we tidy it up? There we go. We will. Good. Good, good. Nope. Let's stick with this one. Chad has now moved on to complaining about the squirrels. Oh, fun bird fact. Nighthawks, nightjars, and whippoorwills are all part of a family, which is Latin for goatsucker, which is Caprimulgidae? G'day? I did not take Latin, I fear. I took Spanish, so I can say chupacabra. Lapis Lagomorph has a boss squirrel. Apparently, there is one squirrel who comes to my yard who has about an inch of tail and only one ear, and nothing phases her. The other squirrels let her have their food with zero argument. She's like the squirrel boss of the squirrel gang. When she shows up, they have to pay their taxes. They have to pay tribute. Where did I put my little wooden stampy thing? I wonder. Is it anywhere in my tool thing? Answer seems like it's no. But then where? Oh, no, that's just a piece of broken wood. And not what I'm looking for. Well. I have to make a new one. One of these days. Oh no, Lapis Lagomorph say church birds or lay birds. That determines the G sound to use. Oh dear. Are we doing a gin today? Artcraft asks. I don't know. Are we doing a gin today? We could do a gin today. We've got plenty of time. Started half an hour late. So we're going to go to 6:30. Part of that time is just going to be me trying to find my little feather stamp. Ah, it's in here after all. Good. Look, I didn't want to have to do this by hand. This is so much easier. And it creates those nice feather lines. Oh, we have an English one and a German one. Yeah, let's do the German. There might be scientists is pro gin. Your reviews are great. Yeah, Artcraft, give us a German gin review. Go for it. I'm gonna put this back, chat. I'm gonna put this back where I found it. It's in the. I'm gonna explain this to you. It's in the cup with the tiny ceramic mushrooms. Just tell me that the next time I'm confused and lost about it. The cup with the tiny ceramic mushrooms. Why is there a cup with tiny ceramic mushrooms? I don't have an explanation for you. Genuinely, no idea why that's where I keep tiny ceramic mushrooms. But it is. It's just how it is. I've made the I've made the pirate quail look a little bit surprised, a little bit wide awake there. I guess that coffee cup is going to be working for him. Why wouldn't there be a cup with tiny giant mushrooms? Says Lapis Lagomorph. Yeah, fair. Yeah. Yeah, one day we'll go back to that exciting full stump and fungus tea set that some planning happened. I just need to clear some space, really. All right. Now I got a coffee cup here. Arca says, if you're wondering where the Africa themed gin went, it was the one from Hannah's Wednesday stream. Yeah, if you want to get the full gin review experience, you have to show up to both Hannah's streams and mine to get all of our crafts. Gin reviews. Figment's May says, yes, those sets were fabulous sounding. Yeah, eventually we will do the big project. I just I need to get some glazing done. Really, I need to get some glazing done, and then need to sell some stuff. But also, once something is finally fired and glazed, I don't have to store it as carefully. I can stack it. I can put it in boxes wrapped in bubble wrap and stuff, and it will stand up to it. A bisque fired thing is just too brittle, and it will break. So I gotta get some things actually properly finished, which means I have to go to the glaze store, which closes at 5, y'all. 5 p.m., which is a real problem when you're getting up at 2 p.m. and you have a meeting till 3 p.m. It's a real being nocturnal, which makes it really hard to shop. Also, I don't like to go to places with people because there's a pandemic. It makes me very uncomfortable. I had to get cooking oil and I went to the grocery store yesterday and it was terrible and I never want to go back. The number of people who don't understand staying 6 feet means like never passing someone and like don't understand one-way aisles, it's driving me slowly insane. Cup of tea. Okay. Right. Just, here making a fake coffee mug. That's a little bit smaller. No. See, that's what I'm talking about like front heavy. That's what hats do. Yeah, at least masks are mandatory here. So everyone was wearing a mask. It was just very unsettling. And I never want to go back. I'm hoping the coffee cup is going to do the balance Figment's made. I'm hoping that this because we're gonna have a little foot, but it's gonna be like sitting there with a little foot wrapped around it. So, and what I need, are you the right size? You might be just the right size. Yes, good. Just gonna press in, and then, so there's a difference between cup and coffee. There's a little rim, and you can see where the coffee is. Ta-da! Oh, spoiler alert, Wednesday stream has my first slow gin. Slagamorph says, not mandatory here. Unfortunately, the number of people who see wearing a mask as an invitation to be rude, those people are jerks. And it is fully mandatory here, and there's like markings and like one-way aisles and stuff, but and I'll be honest, I kind of understand, because it's you go to a grocery store all the time, and you kind of end up with a process that you use with sort of not using your brain, and it's hard to change that process, and I get it, but you know. Anyway, we're making a nice quail. Bastion of joy in a troubling world. And today's gin is not just German, but even regional. It comes from the Taunus, Taunus region area, which is a small mountain chain close to where our craft lives. Making myself a coffee mug handle. Put those there, they'll be quail toes in a second. That region, they might be scientists says, is noted for their fancy spas. Ah, it's pronounced like Tauntaun in Star Wars, so Taunus. Thank you, Arcraft, for the perfect pronunciation reference for this nerd. Who cares about gin? I want to hear about the spas. Oh dear. Ah, but we could get the gin. We can't get the spas. They won't ship those. Okay. Coffee mug. I feel like I'm making dollhouse furniture right now. Lapis Langmore says the juxtaposition of tauntauns and fancy spas is kind of hilarious. It's been a long week. Yeah, fair. Also kind of hilarious. Like that's a true statement. All right, let's stick a little handle on here. Where should we put it? Right here. How is it that so often when I'm asked to make quail, I end up making tiny, tiny kitchen items? Tiny knives, a tiny cup. What? How does that keep happening? Argraf says, also, I do not know the spas. Spas are more expensive than gin and require more time. This is a fact. It is important to accessorize one's quail. Yes. I find it especially funny because very small things, which I love making, I'm a fan of very small things, are the hardest thing to make in ceramic because the smaller you get, the more the sort of grains of dirt that make up clay don't want to form a shape, the more problematic they become. Okay, about done with tiny cup. Just gonna smooth it. Quail dazzling, the art of adhering quail to all possible surfaces. Oh no. Or bedazzling one's quail. I mean, okay, look, spas aside, I still want to hear about the gin. Just gonna get us back on track here. I want to hear about the Taunus area gin. Look at this tiny mug handle. Look at my very good tiny mug. Be impressed with me. Sorry. It has indeed been a long week. I do recommend Honeycomb streams, however, they are always fun. I missed this Wednesday's. Uh, but you will learn things about making comics and about the 12th century Europe. Thanks, our craft is like our craft is finally given in to my need for approval and support. No, tell me I'm good at art. Tell me I have done a good job. Weirdly, I'm like, no, I'm okay with the teapots. I don't need validation there, but I need you to tell me it's a good tiny mug. Now I've gotten this clay a little bit too damp. I'm trying to make toes, quail toes that won't crack. I might have used a little bit too much water. We'll see. Alap Slagmorph has a deep and abiding love of tiny housewares. It's fine, chat. I'm teasing you. I don't actually desperately require mug validation. Now I'm putting tiny quail toes holding the mug, you see. Which is why I did not want them to crack. I was just proud of my tiny mug. Because tiny things are hard. Okay, then we'll do one around this way. Trim that off. Yes, good. And then we're gonna stick it just sort of, so let's right there-ish, which means I'm gonna plan, see if I can carry it off. I'm gonna basically just trim a little notch. And then oh, for heaven's sake. I should stop putting it with the tiny mushrooms. It's hard to get out. Oh. Just gonna kind of create a little bit of lifted fluff. And this notch. Like that. How? Ah, good. Back to the gin. We have the Ursel Dark Forest gin. Oh. Very nice. Botanicals includes spruce buds, which the distillery people collect in the forest. This is so German mountains that I don't know that it could be more German mountains. Ultra local gin. Those pigments made, yes. It's the grim fairy tales of gins. Now, let's see if we fit in my little. Yes, perfect. Well, wait, is it perfect? Now it's perfect. Let's get it better attached. I have a slang word, so I would just want to sit with a little glass of that gin under my nose for an hour. Yeah, it sounds quite nice. So, holding our little mug. It's just gonna. There we go. Oops. Just gonna tip the hat and turn the head a bit. There we go. Just trying to shift the weight some. So that it's resting more on that side. And I'm gonna kind of push the tail a bit this way. Good. Pirate hat, coffee mug. Everything is, quail is prepared. Now I need to do a little bit of pirateness on this. Let's do a little skull. Oh, it should be a bird skull. Obviously, it should be a bird skull. Be weird if it was a person skull, now that I think about it. I was just fully prepared to be like, yeah, it's a human skull. That's weird. No, it's weird and clearly incorrect. It definitely has to be a bird skull. Then it goes up like that. Sarah realized she doesn't know what bird skulls look like off the top of her head. Let's get some clay on this nice reformatted laptop. Bird skull front. Yes, bird skull front view. Good. Okay. Problem solved. Uh-oh, what was that? Unless the quail are declaring war on humanity, I would possibly watch that movie. And also, okay, besides the spruce buds, the gin also has rowan berries, chili, elderflowers, pimento, rosemary, coriander, tagates, lemon balm, lemon, and of course juniper. Very nice. There's my tool. Okay. Now, just gotta make a nice bird skull. Is all. A bit of water again. First impression, the stopper sits really secure. It took me a while to pull that sucker out. Ah, yes. How is that damaged finger? Strong enough now to remove the stubborn stoppers, it sounds like. Pimento is a pepper, isn't it? That's my understanding anyway. You know what's hard with this sandy clay relief sculpture? Fun fact for the day. We're gonna make it work. Get there. Aha! Arcraft says yes, it's also called Jamaica pepper or allspice. But is it allspice? I thought allspice was a whole other thing. But I could definitely be wrong about that. Anyway, it's definitely a pepper. I was correct there. Okay. Gonna make this a clear bird skull yet, I swear. I swear, I swear. Moving, the gin smells very foresty. Excellent. Ah, it looked like peppercorn. Okay. No, our craft is right. Allspice is, in fact, a pimento pepper. It looks like a peppercorn. Apparently, the English called it that because it tastes like cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove all at once. I see. Well, learned something new today. Which is always how I like my streams to go. Okay, this getting there. I think we're about skull enough. About bird skull enough to call it a day on the hat. Yes, good. Tidy up around the base of the hat. So, yep, close that. You can watch my mouse move. That seems okay in this case. Yay. Let's get a good Too far. There we go. Detail shot. All right, so we got ourselves a pirate quail. I will put the camera focus back down. There we go. So, very fine hat. I seriously need a pirate hat to signal the start of my workday. This is Lapis Lagomorph. Yeah, really, just, like just get your cup of coffee, put on your pirate hat, ready to go. So we've done that. I would bring out and show you the teapot again, but now I've used a different kind of clay, so I have to tidy up before I can bring that back out. It would make MS Teams less awful, says Lapis Lagomorph. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see. Well, we got about 10 minutes. I'm gonna sit and chat with y'all, I think. I don't want to start anything. I don't really have anything to finish. Just gonna do a long wrap up is what we'll do. Good news, new laptop setup fully works. We're streaming at 60 frames per second with the full resolution of the camera, and it's not dying or lagging or choking, which is excellent, which also means that I was correct, that it was definitely 100% my graphics card GPU acceleration no longer working. But I have a new laptop. Old laptop works for this, which is great. Oh, good. We have a full description now. Yeah, there was no visual. Excellent. Everyone had a good, clean video stream, which is just what we want. Arcraft just tasted the gin and says it tastes like the forest as well. Like, imagine walking through a coniferous forest. Yes, that is the thing in English, to answer your question. And then you reach a clearing full of wild herbs. Imagine the smell as you walk across the clearing, crushing the herbs under your feet. Now add 47% alcohol and put it in a glass. That is this gin. Well, that sounds quite nice. That sounds like just exactly the sort of experience I would like from a gin. I would like to be walking through a coniferous forest and skipping through an herb clearing. Sounds very nice. Some people said they had hiccups, but they were assuming it's on their end. That's possible. I can, when I download the video, I can check. But if I don't have any errors about encoding, it's almost certainly a clean, at least a clean broadcast, whether everyone got to watch it cleanly or not. Which is good. Because now I don't have to keep moving my laptop around. Now I can just keep this laptop here. Although I do have to keep moving this camera, because it's also now the camera I use for Zoom meetings. Yeah, you know, these things happen. I'd buy another one, but it was sort of expensive. I can't really justify just covering my house in pro streaming webcams. Yeah, Arcraft says they have 2 other kinds of gin. I guess I have to go back and buy those too. Yeah, I'm afraid now you do. Now you do. Yeah, so I'm excited that the laptop is here and set up. I feel like I need more lighting. Have we gone back under the clouds again? Can I expose the? Yep. Okay. I can have natural light again. Yeah, I feel like I need maybe another lamp for when I have to close the curtains. But that's That's neither here nor there. I'm sure I can figure that out. But it broadcasts, which is the important thing. I'll figure out why the music doesn't work, I guess, with Google later. Google will know. Google knows everything. Um, so Artcraft, what is the name of this gin? I doubt that we can get it since it's local, but let's all try. You know, we'll check our local Bevmos. I feel like there's just sit. I'll just sit and hold it, facing the camera. Just be like, "Yay!" Like the quail is talking to you. Figment's maid says, "Yay! Pottery setup. Well, at least partially." Ah, yes, Ursel Dark Forest. That is such a name. Oh, that is such a name. It's such a good name. Ursel Dark Forest. It's like the gin for your fantasy novel or your D&D game. Like that, it's perfect. Ah, yes, and they might be saying this. Oh, Bevmo, that's a name. For those of you who are not from America, Bevmo is a large chain liquor store. It's beverages and more. It's sort of like the 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 Walmart of liquor stores, if you will. Although Walmart probably also sells liquor. So it's not what you'd call a specialty store, but it's definitely a chain. Such a good hat. Okay, my arm got tired. I'm putting the quail down. It's fine. Ah, like Total Beverage, I think in the East Coast. Yeah, it's not an East Coast chain. It's a West Coast chain. One of them is called Ursel Golden Oak, and it's aged in oak barrels made from Hungarian oak. Good lord, it is. It's this is a gin from a fantasy novel. We should all sit around drinking this gin, discussing its botanical content and doing magic. Oh, Tirma says we don't have liquor Walmarts in the Middle Coast. Yeah, alas. Yeah, there's no universal laws about the sale of alcohol in the U.S. Every state is weirdly different. I grew up in a dry county where there was no liquor at all, which is silly because you had to drive to somewhere else for almost everything anyway. So, all they were doing was missing out on tax dollars. Apparently, it is not a gin you are supposed to be drinking straight without tonic. Interesting. The oak gin. Well, golden oak and dark. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good that I'm definitely bringing it into a D&D game at some point. The Ursel gin is showing up somewhere someday. Ursel Dark Forest and Ursel Golden Oak. Made by druids. Made by druids in the mountains of the Black Forest. I mean, okay, if it's named Golden Oak, it better have a golden color. Is That's fair. The third one is called Ursel Heritage. Druid bears that make gin. Oh no. It sounds like there should be bears involved. Oh, I would like to take this moment to officially apologize to Ursel Gin in Germany for inventing a backstory for you that involves druid bears. Hope you don't mind. It's happened now. That's just how it is. Well, that has been, I think, possibly the most fabulous of the gin reviews, just based purely in name alone. Now it's going in all of our D&D campaigns, just because of how perfect it is. Dark forest gin, yes. My back does not. Tim says I feel it sound like I'm feeling better. Yeah, I guess I've been kind of dark lately, haven't I? Yeah, I slept well last night and my back doesn't hurt anymore, so I'm actually in quite a good mood today. Did not have a plan for what to do with stream, but I'm in a good mood nonetheless. I've made you, and because of that, I've made you this pirate quail with a tiny skull on his hat. So yeah, it's 6:30. We've done our. As I said, I don't have anything else to start, so I think we're gonna wrap up so I can make myself some chicken tacos for dinner, because I have successfully learned how to make tortillas. Now everything goes in a tortilla. Hooray, tortillas! Hope everyone enjoyed. I'm glad my new setup works, and I'm happy that there's a coffee addicted pirate quail now. He can join the small army of bisque fired quail on my mantle, waiting for me to buy wax so I can glaze them properly. I'll see you again on Monday for Monday stream at 5 p.m. We'll be back at the other computer doing some drawing. Until then, have a good weekend. I'll see you. I probably won't see you on Twitter. I'll be honest, I don't post that much on the weekends. I kind of take the weekends off from Twitter. Not fully, but a little. Not that I post that much on Twitter anyway. I'm bad at wrapping up streams. Thanks for joining me. Have a good, safe weekend. I will see you later. Bye.